And then, of course, the question becomes, well, what is the value of the Madsen mine as a new high-grade gold mine in Canada? That valuation calculation starts with the pre-feasibility study, which is recent, of course. We put this thing out in January. So it is the base case. It is the reason that we continued the process of restarting this mine, and it justified that for sure. It created an almost $500 million NPV, and suggested over $90 million in average annual free cash flow. So that's the base case. But we certainly emphasize that that's the base case for these reasons. The base case is that pre-feasibility study. Quite importantly, the pre-feasibility study, in deciding which parts of the resource were in contention for reserve to be considered in the mine plan, it used a very conservative gold price. And that's just the nature of a pre-feasibility study. We started that study in the middle of 2024, and it used a 3-year trailing gold price. So it used a gold price of a bit less than $1,700 per ounce. So when you use a gold price that low, a lot of the mineralization in our resource did not meet that initial economic viability hurdle. And so it just wasn't even in contention. So a lot of that could be considered halo mineralization that's around high-grade portions, or it could have kicked to the curb smaller high-grade areas because there wasn't enough quantity. There's lots of different scenarios where a low gold price in the economic viability calculation meant that tons of resource were not considered in the mine plan. The mine plan, as a result, focused on the highest grade portions of the deposit, and still, like I said, made sense. And there's absolutely an investment thesis based on that mine plan. But the Madsen mine that we are operating is not the pre-feasibility study. We're not operating in a less than $1,700 per ounce gold price environment. So instead of focusing only on the highest grade mineralization and small stopes, we are doing our final mine design after, Jill's definition drilling work. We're doing the final mine design using the long-term consensus gold price of about $2,350 per ounce. And that generates larger stopes that are often in clusters. The short way of explaining it is that it brings more of the resource into contention for the mine plan. And that creates a different, larger mine plan than that pre-feasibility study outlines.